Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump right into the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I titled this Not Another Week of This Wig. Like, not another week of us talking about Drew's wig. Didn't she wear this wig episode 1 or 2, and we're now on episode 8, and we're still in the aftermath, the fallout of them saying she had a pet on her head and it wasn't glued down. Over it. Now, let's just jump right into it because I want this one to be quick this week. They talking about you brought my baby. Why she get to bring her baby? I ain't get to bring my baby. You know, all that on the bus. Over that, Candy lets the girls know Kenya doesn't have a village. You know, her husband in New York. Her mama don't fool with her. I think they said ever since that episode of when Kenya surprised her mama and was knocking on her door out in Detroit that the auntie quit fooling with her. So she doesn't have a village of, you know, people that she can say, watch my baby while I go on a girls trip. Who cares? Like, to me, Kenya should have stayed at home. If you ain't got no babysitter, stay at home. You know, let Candy support the trip or whatever. It's a Bravo paid trip anyway. Let's not front. She could have stayed at home. I want to know how Cynthia, who left way after the other ladies, beat them there. Like, when that bus pulled up and it was Cynthia getting out, I'm like, where the fuck is this sprinter they're supposed to be on? I would have been pissed if a 4-hour trip turned into 8. And then I got to walk into a bitch that flew there in 20 minutes. And then I got to look at Cynthia get there before me and she left way after. I hate a long car trip. I don't mind taking a car trip. Like, if it take 8 hours to get there, I'm gonna get on the road. I only stop for gas, and then I stop for gas. You better pick up some McDonald's or Burger King while we're getting gas, because I don't do long stops and breaks. So I don't mind taking an 8-hour trip if that's what it's called for, but a 4-hour trip that is doubled, I would be highly pissed. But let's move on from that. The ladies arrive. Kenya want them to create alter egos. All I remember is Kenya's name was Chocolate. Somebody was the Trini girl. Vagina Drips. I liked Portia's Peach Juice. Candy was Angel, but I was with Candy like, my mama named me Candy. It ain't too much spicier. I need to get than that. But anyway, they took shots, and then all of a sudden this black girl run in with a knife in her stomach and just dies in the middle of the floor. And they're like, what's going on here? And then the police come in talking about this is an investigation with the fake guns, and they showed that slow-mo of Portia hurdling that couch like, I ain't got time for this. You are not going to come in here shooting me. It wasn't a comedic moment because Portia was dead ass serious. She was dead ass serious in that moment, but it was funny seeing it in the slow-mo. But the murder mystery activity, I have friends, I know she watching this, I ain't gonna say her name, but she likes that kind of stuff, like the murder mysteries and those escape rooms and stuff like that, where you gotta look for clues and solve it and try to escape the room and all that. I don't mind doing it because I do have a takeover spirit, and I will take over a trip and plan everything I want to do. So I have to be conscious of not having that takeover spirit. But I'm Portia and I'm not Tanya, because Tanya was into it. I'm Portia and Shamia like, I don't know any of these clues. What are the drinks? I'm just going to sit back and get drunk and laugh because we can't figure it out. Where are the clues? I'm going to hit the button. Can you give us a clue? Because when I get in that escape room, I don't never know. And I consider myself a very intelligent person. I can't ever figure out how to get out that damn room. Ever. So this murder mystery, I would have just wanted to get drunk and twerk too. I would not have been here for it. But they show everybody their room. Everybody liked their room but Marlo, of course. But I want to know, okay, so Kenya solves the murder mystery. I have so much just to say in that statement alone. Like, bitch, you hired these people. Like, to me, Kenya wanted to do the murder mystery. She know these ladies ain't want to do that, but whoever solved the murder mystery get to have the bonus room, which is the next nicest room if you don't like the room that you have. So Marlo hates her room. Tanya gets the bonus room. So why couldn't Marlo go in Tanya's room? Like, why is Marlo sleeping in the living room? Let's move on from that, because like this episode was dry. Oh, it was dry and overly produced. Fallon staying at the villa next door with her husband. Hell, why couldn't Marlo? Them houses were huge. Why couldn't Marlo go stay on a whole different wing in a room at Fallon's house? Moving on. So this is the little fight of the episode. So I done forgot everybody's name. Toya is like, why are you staying at the villa? Like, this is a girl's trip. And she was like, oh, I wanted to spend time with my husband. And Eric's like, oh, she wants to spend time with her husband. And you know, Toya was like, no, this is a girl's trip. You could have left your husband at home. Now, I don't like Toya, but she was right here. Like, this is a girl's trip. You could have left your husband at home, especially if you want to be on Bravo. Like, if you can't film with us, you could have stayed in Atlanta. Like, you can't be without your husband for a few days. The same way Kenya, baby. Like, Fallon and Kenya and Brooklyn should have stayed in Atlanta. But that's just Angie. So Drew, you know, she's still in her feelings over this WIG comment and was like, oh, don't listen to Toya. She don't care nothing about husbands. And so Toya, you know, she caught that shade. And they was going back to that scene. I don't even want to go back there. Let's just get through it. So later on, they're in Candy's room. And Toya comes up to Drew and, you know, touched her wrist. Candy said it was aggressive. I didn't think it was aggressive. But she touched her and he was like, can we talk about your struggling husband real quick? I hollered. Toya is here to start the shit. And they need somebody to do it. As much as Toya gets on our ever-loving last nerve, they need somebody to start the shit because everybody else got a business. Everybody else got too much to lose. That's why Toya and Marlo is here. To shade y'all bitches, to get y'all fired up, want to argue, so we can have something to watch. Because if it wasn't for Toya starting all this shit, pretty much this whole season, extra dry. You already dry, but you would be desert dry. But let's move on. So now, Drew talking about, bitch, don't touch me. Don't talk about my husband. I'm from Chicago. The last bitch that touched me, her head was in the fence. Y'all know how I feel about people shouting out where you from. Like, okay, bitch, this girl from a whole island over here. People get their ass whooped everywhere. Like, people always love to say, I'm from Chicago. Now, I'm from around Chicago. Like, I'm from Kankakee, but my whole damn family live in Chicago. And people love to say, I'm from Chicago. I'll whoop your ass. And I'm like, bitch, do people in Chicago only whoop out-of-towners ass? Because I'm like, if you a bitch in Chicago that whoops ass, that means you whooping a bitch's ass in Chicago. So somebody in Chicago getting their ass whooped too. So I hate that. I hate that. But anyway, they get to arguing. Candace like, please don't fight in my room. You know, not in my room. The whole fight was a womp womp. And at the end of the day, Drew, you started the shit. You sitting up here throwing shade, talking about don't listen to her because she don't even care about husbands. Bitch, Drew, you could have, if you was not, that was between Toya and Fallon. If Fallon ain't had no problem with what Toya was saying about it, be like, you should have just shut the fuck up, Drew. And I'm over all. Let's hurry up and move through this. We get the aunties versus the nieces. That was a little bit funny. They say Toya likes to push the buttons. I've already addressed that. Like, you need somebody that's going to push the buttons. Because even Marlo has calmed down a little bit. Like, somebody has to get the spice going of this show. Okay. Marlo sleeping in the living room. Marlo's boots was cute. Them boots you had on the next day with that swimsuit, Marlo, banging. Marlo is in her feelings. She said, it hurt me to my core that Kenya put me in this little ass room. Let's fast forward through all of that. We're going to get to that at the end of the episode. Portia and Shamia are going over text that Dennis sent, where Dennis is still professing his love. He still want to get married. Portia, if you was over this man and you wasn't entertaining it, like, it is cute to have someone fawn over you. But this man is fawning over you with the bullshit. Like, he gonna tell you everything you want to hear, put that big ass rock back on your finger, and then go out and cheat yet again. And then you gonna take it off, and it's a cycle. Can we fast forward? Now let's get to the produced segment of the show. These damn crab cakes. You can't tell me that production did not tell Kenya to order these crab cakes to start some drama for this day, because even if I didn't want to pay for everybody's food, even if I'm the host, but I just don't want to pay for 15 people food or however many people's in that house, I'm going to tell everybody, hey, here's the menu. I'm getting ready to order me some Uber Eats. Y'all want something, let me know. Cash out me the money. Bam. You can't tell me, as much as she likes following up Toya's ass, her BFF Kenya, she didn't even tell Kenya. Like, overly produced. This was a produced segment where the producers told Kenya to do this because she knew the bitches would be mad because everybody is hungry. The man is out here in the morning cooking dinner. What are we going to eat right now? And you know, Candy has been riding cool all season. This is the one segment she is pissed because Candy don't play about that food at all. So I was just like, very overly produced. I knew it was overly produced because at the end of it, Kenya don't even care about Tanya, especially all the bullshit they went through last season. But Tanya was the one Kenya shared a sandwich with. And then she ended up passing out the fries. Like, any person in a real group setting would just tell everybody you about to order. You wouldn't be like, it's food in the house. And then, to me, knowing the bitch that Kenya is, if I see Kenya come in with some Uber Eats and I'm that hungry, I'm just going to pull out my phone and order what the fuck I want and be like, y'all want something here? Let's order. Let's move on from crab cake gates. My notes are almost over. The best part of the episode is when Portia and Drew saw that shark in the middle of the ocean, because my ass would have been the bitch in the middle of the ocean thinking she a mermaid, swimming my ass off, having a good time, and then here go a motherfucking shark. I do love to swim. I love the beach. I am not a just put my feet in the water by the pool type of girl. I am not going to have my wig on. I'm going to have my hair braided, and I'm going to be in that water. Now I got to rethink going to the Carolinas. They got sharks out there. But moving on, Toya buys Drew a wig. She pulls it out the bag, shows it to everybody. Everybody's like, "Hey, don't give her that wig." And she goes in the house to pretend like she gives her the wig, but obviously she does not, because we didn't see anything else of it. Candy now does not want to be called an auntie. She comes to dinner in a thong. It reminds me of the episode when Phaedra came out with her ass out because Kenya was paying a little bit too much attention to Apollo. So Phaedra had to come out in her black thong. So that's what Candy proceeded to do. I'm just like, this show has nothing else to give but nice asses, but just 40 and 50-year-olds showing us their asses on TV. That's all y'all have to give. That's all y'all willing to give, because y'all got businesses. It's time to get all new ladies. Like, even right now, Portia can go. And y'all know I love Portia. All new ladies. Because let me tell you, I'm getting ready to review Huntsville and Bell Collective. It's a lot of the same bullshit, but it's a show of new ladies, and their drama seems real. And that's what I like about reality TV. I want it to be real. Everything on season 13 of ATL Housewives is manufactured bullshit just so these ladies can have a platform to get on Instagram and push us some products that we not gonna buy. I ain't buying it. Y'all might buy it. But that we're not gonna buy. And that's it. You have no storyline. This shit is dry as fuck. Let's hurry up and get through it. Now we get to the dinner. I'm with Tanya. I don't want to stick my fork in the carcass of a dead pig. Like, if you ain't gonna pull the ribs out and put it on a nice platter and then the pulled pork over there, I probably wouldn't want to eat it either. But them sides look good. Candy was happy because she got to eat. She said it was a happy pig. At dinner, Toya tells Drew, you know, she offers to buy her a wig. Drew says, no, thank you. I have the best stylist in Hollywood. But I'm like, who you got in ATL, girl? Because some of them wigs do look a mess. Who do you got in ATL? Anyway, Drew has the best clapback so far this season. I really liked how Drew pulled out her autograph. And she was like, girl, I know you like watching me. I know you said you was mad at me about the game. Let me go ahead and sign you this picture. Since you're my biggest fan, here you go. That was a great clapback. It was the best moment pretty much of the season. And we already on episode 9. I give you that one, Drew. Now, Marlo needs a moment. Marlo says, this is when Marlo's core is hurt. Kenya, you hurt me because I really don't know why we can't get over this. And Kenya is like, bitch, you called me your friend, but then you turn around and say all this nasty things about my mama don't want me and all this other shit. And she was like, oh no, you talking about when I say you have bad skin and a fake ass. The way Marlo said that took me out. I said, Marlo, it's a mess. This is why your ass in the baby room. In the tiniest room of the house. This is why, Marlo. Like, and then Kenya, for whatever reason, is talking about my ass isn't fake. I ain't got no fake ass. And I'm like, bitch, if that ass is real, go to the doctor and get it fixed. I ain't never seen nobody with a real ass sag that low. Especially someone who is into fitness the way that you say you're into fitness. The bad skin and saggy ass jokes are getting tired with Kenya. Like, it's so much more you could read Kenya on. But here we go. Next week, we finally get to see, what's his name, Bolo, the stripper, come out. I feel like it's probably still going to be another week before we get to Strippergate. Like, we're probably going to see the girls do whatever they was going to do. What else? Because they got to argue about Kenya disappearing with her baby. And that's reason number 1 why Kenya and her baby should have stayed in ATL. They got to argue about that. Candy got to dress them all up in lingerie. We probably not going to get to Strippergate still for another week or 2. Anyway, that's the review, y'all. Get in the comments and let me know what y'all think. I know y'all probably not thinking much. It was very, very dry. Strippergate it's going to aggravate me. Like, this is a show I'm probably going to stop reviewing if Strippergate doesn't give me what I need, because I barely watch the shit. Anyway, like, comment, share, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all for Huntsville and Bell Collective next. All right. Bye.